Hi. Hi, people. How's it going? It's my little intro. I like doing that now. Fucking cool. Okay, so let's talk about vitamin G43. A little different today. Instead of me talking about fake lights or melatonin or aged urine, let's talk about grounding and vitamin G43. Powerful. To remind myself. And do you know what's funny about it? My Facebook memories this morning from 2 years ago popped up. And my Facebook memories from 2 years ago was me doing a video that I put up 2 years ago, grounding. It was a 10-minute video I made. Not alive, I recorded it in my old house where I used to live. Because I've been grounding now for nearly 3 years. About it 3 years ago. But it's funny that I made a video on it 2 years ago. And I didn't make, at that time I wasn't making Facebook lives and videos all the time. It was very sporadic. So I made it 2 years ago. And now today, that was my cue and reminder. I don't believe in coincidences, by the way. To do some grounding. I do it as much as possible every day. But I had the opportunity today to do it a long time. So today I did 3 hours of grounding. 3 hours of grounding with my special shoes. I could have gone barefoot, but I wanted to see if hadn't used my shoes in a long time. My special grounding shoes that let the energy earth in, and it fucking works. It's fucking powerful. And I want to talk about the science behind grounding. Yeah. In a really basic way, and why it works and why we need it, and why it's important. It's free medicine, a bit like urine therapy, a bit like aged urine and all that shit. But it works, and things I've noticed. I'll talk about the science of it quickly, and I'll also talk about things I'm noticing with me as I roll with the grounding. The benefits I get are going to be similar to the benefits you guys get, because we all have the same body vehicles and the same science shit. Magic is happening when we ground. When we all ground, we get the same science stuff. So, it's beneficial for all humans. Anyone in the physical human avatar, not just humans, it's beneficial for animals as well. Very beneficial for animals. And that could be a reason why cats and dogs, pet dogs, which stay indoors all the time like us silly humans, we don't ground enough. And unfortunately, we've taken our pet dogs and cat animals and our pet guinea pigs and our pet, all our pet animals. We've stopped them from interacting with the Gaia, the ground, so they also get sick as well, just like us. It's really important. So, with that being said, let's break down the science of shit that we officially know about grounding. So we know there's stuff that science confirms about why it works, but also there's stuff that I know that science hasn't confirmed yet, but I'm not waiting for science, because I fucking know it already. I know more than science. Yes, it's official. Same with aged urine. I know about the science of aged urine. That'll never be confirmed by science, by the way. Maybe never. But same with grounding as well. So what do we know about grounding that science tells us? Ish. Kind of science, not mainstream science. You have to go alternate science to find out this shit. Not mainstream science at all. Mainstream science you will never see in the newspapers. Grounding is magical. In the national newspapers, the national mainstream media, ground, it's very healthy. Never. You'll find it in the woo-woo section, the woo-woo alternate section. Because I tell you what, for the masses out there, it's still fucking woo-woo. Forget about urine therapy and sun gazing. This is just even grounding to the mainstream masses, to our family and friends and loved ones. The asleep sheep of the matrix. That's woo-woo shit as well. Taking your feet off the ground. Maybe people can understand for reflexology, but they'll never understand that. To them, it's too much to comprehend that there's energy from the ground that goes into your feet or any part of your body when you make contact with grass, sand, sea, soil. That's too much. That's too woo-woo. Anyway, okay, so grounding. Number one thing science knows, and it's a fact, is that grounding provides you with an abundant, infinite supply of negative ions. Everyone's heard of this term, negative ions. Yeah, let's break it down as well. Negative ions, abundance of. Yeah, and before I break it down quickly, the reason why they say that the Earth is full of abundant, infinite supply of negative ions is because of the thunderclouds and the rain. There's a thunderstorm. There's a thunder in every single part of the Earth somewhere, non-stop. So this supplies the Earth with electric charge. Ooh, just said a big word. Electric charge. Yes, that's because negative ions is electric charge. It's just fucking electricity, mate. It's fucking electricity. That's all it is. Negative ions. Abundant supply, never-ending supply of negative ions. Now, this is important for the human avatar and same for all animals, because diseases are basically positive ions. All diseases are positive ions. All diseases. Inflammation is positive ions running amok in your body and not enough negative ions to combat that. Free radicals are running amok in your body in a disease state or an unhealthy state because you don't have enough negative ions to combat those positive ions. Free radicals are combated by antioxidants and negative ions. Negative ions, by the way, is antioxidants. So don't get confused on that one. When you hear people saying antioxidants are in fruits, correct. What is an antioxidant? It's just a negative ion, something that combats a free radical. So, a fruit has electricity, negative ions, antioxidants, all the same thing, that combats positive ions that damage our body. A fruit does. But a fruit is tame in its antioxidant negative ion power, doesn't have as many as the Earth and grounding. So grounding has way more. Grounding has the ultimate infinite supply of negative ions, which is basically antioxidants, which is basically fucking don't know where I was going with that. Negative electric energy. The ground is electricity. You are a human body, and a human body, like an animal's, it needs electric energy to heal, to amplify the vessel, to feel positive, to be the best version of yourself, to be full of energy. You need electricity, and that is what the grounding supplies to you. From the moment you step foot on the grass, the sand at the beach, the soil, the moment you do that, you are giving yourself electric energy for your electric body. And that is key to healing from diseases, and beyond that state for us guys, is key to amplifying the vessel and feeling energetic. Yeah, that's absolutely fucking key. Right. So let me read this. I'm trying to get my notes down. So, if you follow my shit, you also know that you can't have something with high negative energy, negative ions, without the fucking Holy Trinity, because these all go in a free 1-to-1. When we get high negative ions in anything, not just grounding, anything like a fruit, aged urine also has high negative ions, by the way, holy shit. But when you get high negative ions, you also get with it alkaline. It alkalizes your body. Anything with high negative ions alkalizes your body. Fucking fact. Brilliant. We want to be alkalized because people nowadays in disease states are acidic as fuck. Even people like me and you are probably leaning towards the acidic side because we're not perfect with our diet, because sometimes our thoughts go to negativity because we don't ground, because we don't do the therapies, because we don't fast enough, we don't intermittent fast enough. We get stressed because life is stressful and all this shit. So even us, we get acidic. Our blood, our system, our lymph, everything gets acidic. So the way to combat that is by alkalizing the body. And science has not confirmed yet the Holy Trinity, by the way. Science has not confirmed this, but it's a fucking fact. When you push up your negative ions, you can't have that without alkalizing. They go hand in hand. Likewise, the opposite, positive ions, which are dangerous and harmful, created by disease states, eating acidic foods, also EMFs, which is fucking huge. Positive ions, where's I going with that? Positive ions create acid, and that is the opposite of alkaline. They will acidify your blood. So if you want to alkalize your blood, grounding is the focus. You won't see science on that for a long time. I don't know why though, because it's not hard to get someone to go and ground for 40 minutes or an hour or 2-3 hours in a study. It's not fucking hard to take a pH of their blood and then get them to ground for 2-3 hours and then check their pH of blood after, and not eating them any food so they're not acidifying, alkalizing the body anyway. It's not hard to do, so I don't know why science hasn't done it, but it's a fucking fact. The Holy Trinity says that negative ions go up, you flood your body with electricity, you also alkalize. So you're doing a great thing for your body, your blood, your lymph, your whole system. You're alkalizing. You want to be alkalizing. We're constantly acidic. People that are majorly ill are majorly acidic. People like me and you, we're in a battle every day with crappy air, crappy food, crappy, even just the air, mate. What the fuck? That's acidifying our system. So we need to be constantly alkalizing and focusing on alkaline. The way to do that is to ground. Now the third thing of the Holy Trinity is positive ions, alkaline, and oxygen. This is key. High oxygen. So grounding gives you lots and lots of oxygen. It allows your lots of oxygen into your system, and for you to retain lots of oxygen. Key. Fucking key. Because the all diseases are, again, it's not just positive ions that create all diseases. It's acidic, and it's a lack of oxygen that creates all diseases. So when you flood your body with oxygen, you cure all diseases, and you get lots of energy, and you feel amazing, and you feel high. And now you can connect the dots. Your brain is on fire, your body is loose and limber, because oxygen is the key. Having lots of oxygen in your system is a great marker for how healthy or unhealthy you are. People that are unhealthy have very low oxygen in their system. Fucking fact. Here's something to research outside. I won't talk about it too long. Go and look at Dr. Buteyko's work, and he's proven that people with low oxygen that can't hold their breath very long, because that's an indicator of how much oxygen you've got in your body, by the way, how long you can hold your breath on an exhale at any given moment. If you can't hold for under 20 seconds, you're very fucking unhealthy, by the way. So Dr. Buteyko's proven. And it's just obvious if you connect the dots and read the books and do your own shit and experiments. The less time you can hold your breath, the less oxygen you have in your system, the more unhealthy you are. So, with that being said, what the grounding does, from the moment you fucking touch the ground, like from the first second you touch the ground, I feel myself deep breathe. I fucking feel it. I feel my breath deepen. Yeah? And the reason why is because in that second, my body's been flooded with negative ions. That's just upped my oxygen content in my body, and now I'm deep breathing. Same as when we go out in the sunlight. The sunlight makes us deep breathe too, even under cloud cover. So imagine if you grounded outside. You have to ground outside, but imagine doing the two. So, not just sunlight as oxygen therapy and deep breathing, but sunlight and grounding. What a fucking combo. That's deep breath plus deep breath. Because now you're just oxygenating the body with the grounding negative ions. So that's it. Oxygen is the key. All of them are. Oxygen, alkaline, negative ions, and grounding supplies you with an abundance of all three. And it really is that simple to get healthy in this society. Yeah? People that are unhealthy, you've got to start by grounding. Now, you're going to get benefits from grounding for even doing it for 2-5 minutes. But if you're in an unhealthy disease state, start grounding for 40 minutes, an hour, every day. That's the key. Making it daily. These are not protocols for one-off. I'm going to cure a disease, a long-term chronic illness, by grounding for 40 minutes once a week. Once every 2 weeks. It's not how it works. You've got to do it every single day. You're in a fight at the disease state to get yourself from acidic, low oxygen, positive iron, too many, and not enough antioxidants and negative ions in your system. You're in a fight. So you have to fight the illness with things like free therapy called grounding, man. That's how you do it. That's how we roll. Now, let's see. What I want to say. So I mentioned the deep breathing. That's the high oxygen. Positive ions. The way to combat positive ions. The way to protect yourself from EMFs. People worry about, and I get it, because I'm exposed to EMFs right now. 5G. Well, and that's the next one. EMFs. Well, guess what? The way to protect yourselves, even if you don't believe that some people with the groundings, some science says that it's like you can provide a cocoon, like a Faraday cage, so like it discharges all the, it's like a Faraday cage against the harmful frequencies. Now I believe that's true, but even if you don't, you just stick with the fucking science. Simple. EMFs generate positive ions, free radicals in your body, lots of them. They mess up the body system too much. All these EMFs we're bombarded with constantly. So the way to take that power is to flood your body with negative ions to combat that. And boom, there's one great protection against EMF damage. Yeah, grounding. The longer, the better. The longer you ground. I won't go into too much detail, but there's hacks that you can do, like sleeping grounded, buying grounding kits in the daytime and the nighttime, building your own. I'm gonna build my own. I'm gonna build my own, and I might start selling. Once mine's up and running, I might start selling grounding stuff cheap for you guys as well. I'm looking into that. I'm gonna build my own first. I've got the copper wire shit. So I'm gonna experiment with that, see if it works on me, and then yeah. So there is hacks to do. The longer you ground, the more healthier you're gonna be. Okay. High energy is something you're gonna get. You're gonna notice from the moment you start grounding. Now the rule is this: the longer you ground, not only the more healthier, obviously, but the more energy that's going to be supplied to the human body. And literally, I did 3 hours today, which is unusual for me, and I noticed my energy levels go up. So now I'm like really kind of like buzzing, more than normal. I'm pretty like that anyway with my protocols, but I get more energetic as my body alkalizes, oxygenates, and gets lots of negative ions running through it. Same as aged urine. Does the same thing. Oxygen, alkaline, negative ions. So when you do aged urine and grounding, holy shit, yeah man, it's powerful. And one more thing I do want to say before I go, this is key, something that I've noticed with it as well, and I've noticed this from the first time I started grounding 3 years ago, regularly, for 40 minutes at a pop, or even 20 minutes. What I noticed as well was, not that I'm vain or anything, but I noticed my face started looking younger. And it always does after I ground for a long period of time. My looks, my appearance, and my skin starts to get more youthful. So on top of the energy I noticed, increased energy, I get youthful skin. And to me, grounding is like a fountain of youth. Same as urine therapy, Shivambu, and fasting. You know, it's a fountain of youth. I noticed it on my skin. It's that obvious. When I haven't grounded for a while, and then I go to doing it, my skin looks even more youthful than it normally does. Now my skin looks pretty youthful anyway because I'm doing aged urine and all my other protocols, you know. But having said that, I always notice the quality of my skin, the tightness and the softness and the youthful vigor. And my eyes as well get more whiter, like, you know, that shimmy of the glow of the healthy person in the eyes. It always improves the skin quality. And that's why I believe grounding is, I shouldn't really say the fountain of youth, because we should all be doing it anyway, right? It should be normal for people to be grounding. It shouldn't be like a fountain of youth and we have to, you know, it should be normal. But unfortunately, you know, it kind of is like a fountain of youth because not the mainstream don't do it. They don't, and if they do it consciously. I guess it's okay to do it unconsciously, but I'd rather be doing it consciously so that we can make it regularly into our lives, you know? So that's important to bear in mind, that it makes you look younger. Not that I care, I don't really care about my looks, your appearance, your skin, is an indication of how healthy you are, and as well as your energy levels, how you feel inside your body. You know, it's not necessarily about living to 140. I can quite happily die tomorrow, if I do, by accident, and I know that my quality of life in this vessel has been higher than someone that's normal, average health of my age. That's what I care about. I'm not really trying to compete with people to live the longest. I don't care about that stuff too much. I'd rather just want to be healthy and physically fucking on fire in my human body. So it is the fucking fountain of youth. And you'll notice it as well. Please observe this, people. When you start grounding for 20 minutes, 40 minutes a day, look at your face before and go and look at your face after and your skin after. And your face is a good one because we seem to notice the changes in our skin structure in our face very easily. You'll notice your skin gets more improved. And the reason why I'm harping on about this is because you want to focus on little things that make you excited about it, that stick with the program. And that does for me. Plus all of the science I've given you as well. And the energy levels that you feel. You want reference experiences, having done grounding, that will make you stick to doing it every single day of your life, so you can see the importance of doing it, right? Not doing it unconsciously, like the masses do accidentally. They go to the beach, they're like, oh, I grounded at the beach. Then they're like, they go, oh, I felt good at the beach. I had my little holiday from work, and I felt good at the beach. They don't understand the science though, so they just think, oh, it must be the sun. Yeah, it's the sun. Yeah, it's the negative ions from the air, but it's the ground, bro. It's the fucking ground. So, with that being said, I think I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. Let's start grounding more. Start looking into for your sleep, grounding kits, all that stuff. Grounding mats in the daytime if you can't. Get outside. Grounding shoes. I bought grounding shoes for £80. It's $120. They're possible. They're just sandals and stuff that are made of a material that's it allows the negative ions in. That's for people that, you know, you say you don't want to step on dog shit at the park. You can buy shoes. You can buy grounding mats. You can buy grounding sheets for nighttime. Grounding half sheets. You can buy grounding cushions. You can buy grounding pillows. I've got a grounding wristband. You can buy lots of grounding shit. Lots. And it's because it works and you should do it. And it's very powerful. So now we've got no excuse with the technologies we've got to be grounded 24/7. I mean, that's the ultimate, right? But even not, doing 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, even 5 minutes a day just before bed, whoo, help you sleep. 5 minutes in the morning, good stuff. 5 minutes is better, 1 minute is better than no minute. Because that's where people that get diseases go wrong. They are 0 minutes of grounding. If I think of my parents, I can't remember, I can't tell you the last time they grounded. Years. Fucking years, they've taken their shoes off. And when I first got into this, I'll tell you, when I first got into this a few years ago, I was not naive. I was at that stage where I was excited about the health journey, but at the same time, I wasn't fully, how to say it, I was so excited, but I didn't understand that other people wouldn't believe me about urine therapy and grounding, including my parents. I thought everyone would believe me. So I naively went and told them and tried to convince them to ground, and they're like, oh, this is woo-woo shit. You know, I was at that stage. Now I know that you let people come to you. You don't push your agendas onto other people. People come when they're ready to these kind of things. So, yeah, but the point is that my parents haven't for a long time. And my parents are just like your parents, just like our families. Think about your parents and your friends and loved ones. You know, when was the last time they grounded? It's been a long time. A long fucking time for them. Yeah, a long time. And that's one of the reasons why our friends, family, loved ones are fucking unhealthy. Because they haven't had touched the earth for a long time. And the free medicine available to that. They haven't done it. They haven't touched the earth. And that's costing them big time. And if you want to know another thing I believe as well, I think it's a conspiracy, deliberate conspiracy that the whole shoe business, the concrete pavements, the concrete roads, and the shoes, the wearing of shoes, wasn't done by accident. It was deliberate policy by some arsehole, some elite arseholes, to get us unhealthy. Because as soon as we started wearing these plastic shoes and that stuff, and we stopped connecting to the earth and walking barefoot, that's when it all went downhill. You know, it's huge, and it was deliberate. It's not a fucking accident, and it's not profit, in my opinion. These are all agendas at play to try and depopulate us, you know, and it's doing a great job. I must admit, well done, elites, you're doing a fucking great job. Because now everyone's wearing shoes, and now no one goes barefoot in the grass, and no one goes barefoot only at the beach. And how often do you go to the beach? Hardly fucking ever. And even at the beach, I see people wearing shoes. Holy shit! I see people wearing shoes at the beach. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. They don't understand what grounding is. So, I do. Well, that being said, I think I'm done. Focus. Let's focus on the grounding. Ground more. That's my message for today. And you now know science, and go and feel the energy. Go and get some energy. Makes you sleep better too. It's all good for all things. It's amazing. I love grounding. It makes me young and youthful and awesome. And I love the fact that the earth is giving me free medicine. You know, I have to pay money for a fruit and food, but I don't have to pay money for my urine, my fasting, and my sun, and my grounding. I don't have to pay money. The energy's got my back. The Gaia's got our backs. We have to remember this. So let's take our power back and ground and use that energy. God, Creator, gave us it for a reason, for us to heal and to stay healthy. And we must honour our God and Creator or consciousness by using that medicine. because it's abundant. It's not like there's neediness. There's not like a lack of it, and like, oh, don't use too much of the grounding. Don't do too much grounding because it's going to run out of electrons for other people. That's not how it works. It's abundant supply, and it's there for us. So we have to be the pioneers of things like this, and using it, and letting other people think we're weird whilst we take our shoes off in public and go walk on the grass. We have to be the pioneers and the weirdos, and get healthy. To set an example for other people, so the people the people of the Matrix can watch us walking in the park in public barefoot and putting little seeds in them, thinking, why is he doing that? You know, we have to be weird. Unfortunately, same with urine, drinking our own waste product. We have to be fucking weird in this society. We have to plant seeds everywhere we go, because everything we do, nudism as well, guys taking their shirt off in public, being half naked. You have to be fucking weird in this society to, because that's the way it is. Everything that's healthy is weird, isn't it? Drinking my pee, sun gazing, fasting and not eating is weird. Taking my shoes off in public, yeah, and putting on the grass in the park, that's fucking the beach, that's fucking weird. Oh, come on, man. We've got a long way to go in society, but it starts with us. And I'm rambling. So, let's ground. Let's fucking ground, guys. Get some vitamin G for free. And do it daily as often as possible. And you will be healthy. And that's my message. Peace.